Long ago, in a faraway land, King Eckhart ruled over his kingdom with a firm grip. For many years he sat on the throne, an opulent despot for whom the word consequences meant nothing. His son, Cassian, ever the rogue, despised his station, wishing to pursue his own ambitions, and much to the chagrin of his father, took a lover in Adair, a petty but charming thief with a knack for getting into trouble. Bruno, the king's scribe, bursting with radiant knowledge, and Florian, the court's cunning jester, watched day by day as the two grew closer, while the rogue and his father grew further apart. Little did they all know that the kingdom was soon to be turned upside down by a dark and malevolent creature. A master tall and pale, a figure with a face but no features, and a servant soon to crash the king's hallowed halls. In the tale that follows, the jester, the scribe, the criminal, and the rogue venture across the land, finding things strange, gruesome, and terrible. But we shall face this fable together, and perhaps, with the paths you take through this winding myth, you shall be the one to shape its outcome. We now present the Throne of the Dark King. Cassian, Adair, Bruno, and Florian ventured out into the kingdom. On their pilgrimage, they discovered something so gruesome and so horrible that it silenced even the jester's japes. An entire hamlet fallen to a twisted creature, worshipping a false god, enslaving themselves in the hopes of being liberated from a sick and ghastly fate of the creature's own design, only to be massacred by their own king for doing so. And now our four wayfarers, set forth by King Eckhart, have met their fates as well. A bit sad, isn't it? Perhaps a bit early. 7 days remain on the clock, and yet your actions have led to 4 souls being snuffed out. Perhaps if you'd made better choices, they would still be here. Perhaps you could still be writing this story, instead of looking back at the ink already dried. Or perhaps this was inevitable. Perhaps there is no free will. And perhaps their souls are not snuffed out, but merely adrift in the cosmos. Time will tell, won't it? Stick around, and you may find that not all is as it seems. And so, once again, our wayfarers have met their end, slain due to the whims of a macabre madman. Beneath the extravagant ball, behind the depraved laboratory, the same warped monstrosity causes their lives to echo again and again and again, snuffing them out all the same each time. But now you know the truth, don't you? Perhaps the next time around, far from here in a lightless place, through your choices, you may actually become unbound. The happily ever after is in your hands. We now present the third act of our fable. In the void, they dwell. Cassian, Adair, Bruno, and Florian. Our wayfarers have gone far, from a mythic kingdom to Victorian England to the furthest reaches of the final frontier. What seemed like a routine mission, an adventure into the stars, soon resulted in peril amidst the cosmos. When we stared into the darkness stared back. And when we dared to venture out into it, we surrendered to its natural inhabitants, whether we knew that or not. However, for our wayfarers, this final mission meant more than that. Their minds and souls, trapped through whatever cosmic mechanism kept them tethered to the tall, faceless monster, repeated the cycle once more. Their lives echo again and again and again, and through your guidance, they were snuffed out once more, doomed to repeat the cycle for all of eternity. Perhaps you could have saved them. Perhaps you were beyond their timeline, their one salvation to alter fate itself. But it is no matter. With that, our fable has reached its end. I have told you their tale, and you have listened adequately. Perhaps our paths will cross again, and perhaps they will not. For now, remember, there are always more stories to tell about the tall, faceless monster, and there is no gate to tell them. Good night.